What up, everybody? You're watching the Los Angeles Lakers Report. We appreciate you stopping by. I'm Marshall Green. In today's show, we're going to break down the latest surrounding Los Angeles. But first, if you love the Lakers, hit that thumbs up icon because we were wondering, is it actually Lakers fans watching this video? So let's find out. Hit that thumbs up icon. Let's get to 1,000 likes on today's show. We're going to talk about Bobby Portis reportedly wanting to be a Los Angeles Laker around the corner. But first, let's break down what's going on with Malik Beasley. The Lakers do have a $16.5 million team option for next season on Beasley, and they're going to have to make a decision on that. Is it we decline it, we let him go, we decline it, we bring him back on a cheaper deal, or you pick up the team option and then use his salary in a trade for a bigger player? You got three options there. We're going to discuss them in today's show. Beasley, I would say, though, with the Lakers was somewhat of a disappointment. I was really high on Beasley being a great acquisition for the Los Angeles Lakers and Rob Pelinka. He was such a good three-point shooter before he got here. And I thought the Lakers could have used another floor spacer, but the guy just wasn't efficient. Less than 40% from the field and only 35% from downtown, which is a low for him, and that's below league average. And that's not the player that he actually is. He's one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA, and he was just a disappointing move that, Rob Pelinka and the Los Angeles Lakers made. I really thought this move could have added real juice to this offense, and we saw it from time to time, right? Like Beasley had a couple of big games with the Lakers, but it just wasn't consistent enough, and that's why he was collecting DNPs in the playoff run. But it does have value. He's not some guy that nobody in the NBA wants. Maybe they don't want him at $16.5 million, but he is an expiring deal, and we've seen throughout the history of the NBA that these expiring contracts have value across the league. And whether it's as a floor spacer for the Lakers or an expiring trade chip, the Lakers can find a way to use the $16.5 million if they do pick up that team option. This is what Beasley had to say about his time with the Lakers. He said, I'm just very thankful to have that opportunity. Had some ups and downs, but at the end of the day, we changed the culture. The three guys that came with me, Jarred Vanderbilt, D'Angelo Russell, we changed the culture, so that's our main focus. I don't want to speak on it too much when talking about his future because you never know what can happen. But obviously, with the culture that we brought here when we came here, he loves that and he wants to maintain that. So hopefully, we can make something happen where I come back. And it's a decision the Lakers are going to have to make. We mapped out the ideas and the ways that they could go about making that happen. I just don't know if you don't have a trade lined up if I want Malik Beasley on this roster for $16.5 million. While that's not going to mess up the cap space because the Lakers are going to have to use all that cap space to bring a guy back potentially, like Rui Hachimura and Austin Reeves and all the other restricted free agents they have. The only way I would pick up that option is if I think that I can move that deal or know I can move that player in a deal for a player of a higher value and a higher contract to get a star back to LA. But what do you think? Do you think the Lakers should pick up the option on Malik Beasley? We broke it down. I gave you my thoughts. I want to hear from you. Type P for pick up or D for decline. Let me know what you think. Could the Los Angeles Lakers trade for Bobby Portis? Portis has really resurrected his career in the NBA. Ever since when he was on the Knicks, it seemed like he was at rock bottom in the NBA. Then he went to the Milwaukee Bucks, was a key piece in that championship run, said he wanted to play for the Bucks, thought he could bring him a championship. He reached out to Giannis, and it happened. And he has a really good relationship with Darvin Ham, who obviously comes from the Milwaukee Bucks. And reports are coming out that Portis wants to be a Laker and get reunited with Darvin Ham. We'll break that down. But first, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Help the Lakers Report go to the moon. We crossed over 50,000 subs a couple of weeks ago, 51,000. We're coming for you. Videos every day on everything LA Lakers. Hit that sub button. This is what LakersDaily had to say about Portis. He said, according to a source, Portis is interested in joining the Lakers to reunite with former head coach Darvin Ham. Ham left the Bucks following the 2021-2022 season to take the Lakers coaching job. He helped coach the Bucks during their NBA Finals run in the 2021 season with Portis on the roster. And the connection is strong there. And we've heard that Portis and Ham, outside of this report, had a really good relationship. And we've seen Portis talk about Darvin Ham before and how he's helped him in his career. Ham has been a really good, I feel like, developmental coach. I thought he got the best out of Rui Hachimura. We saw Austin Reeves take that next step, and we saw Bobby Portis reach a new height of his career under Ham. He was still good this past year. Portis was in the running to be the sixth man of the year, maybe had his best season in the NBA, playing in 70 contests and putting up 14 points per night. Almost a double-double off the bench, 9.6 rebounds, almost 50% from deep. But the thing that changes him and makes him so versatile and attractive, I think, to the Los Angeles Lakers is the fact that he can light it up from downtown, 37% from beyond the arc. That is a great percentage for a guy that plays and has the player profile and archetype that he has. When he can stretch out the floor and knock down a shot from deep at that size, that is a game changer. And not only would he be a great player roster-wise and play style-wise, I think he would fit the culture that LA has built. Bobby Portis, he's got those crazy eyes, man. He doesn't play around. He's all about ball, and he wants to win basketball games. And I feel like it would be a great fit for them. And with the Lakers being somewhat thin at the big man spot the other day, we've talked about other big men that they're reportedly interested in, and we talked about Miles Turner. We talked about Naz Reid. I'm going to be honest with you. I would rather have Bobby Portis over both of those guys. Mo Bamba, unfortunately, the injury bug bit him, so his time in L.A. didn't reach the ceiling that we thought it could. Vanderbilt, while he definitely has his peaks as a defensive player, there's other times where he's just unplayable due to the lack of offensive game he has. You could run a lineup with AD, LeBron, and Portis all on the court at the same time. You'd be the biggest lineup in the NBA, and you'd have so much offensive versatility. I would love to see the Los Angeles Lakers go out and make a move for Bobby Portis. We'll talk more LA Lakers coming up in a second, but make sure you're hooked up with our proud sportsbook partner, BetUS. Go to chatsports.com/Lakers. Use the promo code Lakers125, and they're going to hook you guys up with a 125% deposit bonus. Once you get that deposit bonus, bet on the finals. Who are you rocking with? Who is going to win game one? What bet do you feel more confident in? The Nuggets enter this one as 9-point favorites, and the total over-under is 219.5. Vegas is telling you they're expecting a high-scoring game. I would probably go with the Nuggets to cover this one. I could see a blowout happening in game one. We've also seen the Miami Heat win every game one that they've played in so far this playoffs. Going to be an interesting game. Get hooked up with BetUS. Put some lettuce on the line. Chatsports.com/Lakers. Promo code Lakers125. It would obviously have to be a trade for Bobby Portis because he's still under contract. He has a player option for 2025, 2026, and you don't really hear reports about a player that's under contract on a team that he wants to go play for someone else. And I like it. Bring me someone that wants to come and play for LA at a pretty damn good price point, if you ask me. Guy averaging 15 and 10 at this salary cap number, that is a steal. And could you potentially trade Malik Beasley, who we talked about earlier, to Milwaukee? Milwaukee could use another shooter, no doubt about that. We saw the limited shooting that they had really was an Achilles heel for them in round one against the Miami Heat. What about a trade of Malik Beasley, a second-round pick for Bobby Portis and Grayson Allen? Maybe you have to add a future first-round pick, maybe a lottery-protected first-round pick, but I would do it. I would love to get Bobby Portis on the Lakers. What do you think? Should the Lakers trade for BP, Bobby Portis? Type D for do it. Type N for no. I'm doing it. I would love to see a front court of AD or Portis at the 4-5 because they can both kind of interchange at that spot. LeBron at the 3, Reeves at the 2. And you just got to get a point guard. Let me know what you think. D, N, do it or don't. Other big man free agent options that the Lakers could go out and get if they don't want to give up assets as in players on their roster and just use the mid-level exceptions that we talked about in yesterday's video. Christian Wood, a versatile scorer, no doubt about it. He's allergic to defense, so I don't know if that's going to fit Darvin Ham's culture. Trey Lyles, a little bit of both. He really started to play really well in his career once he got to the Sacramento Kings. He's a very complete player, I would say. He can pass, he can dish, he can rebound, finish around the rim, and he can step out and hit a deep shot. Biombo, if you're looking for a defensive presence and a guy that just rebounds and blocks shots, Mason Plumlee's a good player, and Naz Reid, and we talked about him yesterday on the show. This much is clear. The Lakers have to get better at center, no doubt about it. Obviously, AD doesn't want to commit to being a center full time, even though I think that's what's going to happen. You still need someone off the bench, or you need a power forward that can also kind of play that big man role where AD can be more of a true power forward, and you're really running with two power forwards at that point. Center and point guard, the two areas of need for the Los Angeles Lakers. And make sure you subscribe to the channel because we're going to continue to talk about point guards, centers, trade targets, free agent targets, NBA draft targets with the Lakers, having a top 20 pick. We are your one-stop shop for everything Los Angeles Lakers this summer. So hit that sub button and let's go.